Alright, so I've got a 1 meter ruler here. I'm going to stand it up next to the antenna, and I'm going to use another ruler to kind of transfer my measurement over to my first ruler. So I'm going to measure to the bottom of the antenna, the top of that spacer. I'm going to record that distance. When I add 3 centimeters to it, that gets us up to base center of the GPS antenna. So I'm going to measure to the top of the spacer, add 3 centimeters, I'm going to record that measurement. So next, I will do the same. I'm going to measure to the focal plane of my camera. There's a mark on top of the camera showing the focal plane. And I'm going to hold my ruler up where the focal plane is. I'm going to take note of that measurement. I'm going to subtract the focal length of the lens, and this lens is 28 millimeters, that's 2.8 centimeters. I'm going to subtract that from that distance, and I'm going to note that. And so then I just take the distance from face center of my GPS antenna, and I subtract that from my nodal point of my lens, and that is my Z offset. Alright, for X, alright, so come right here, you can see, so we can assume that these 2 screws on top are center of the aircraft. And so these legs, you can look at the arms and the legs are all center as well. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I measured the diameter of the legs, it's 2.5 centimeters. So I'm going to take and lay my, actually let's come around to the opposite side, move this guy around. So now I'm going to lay this first ruler against my legs, on top of the camera there. So that helps me, provides a mark on the camera where the edge of these legs are. And so I'm going to measure from this ruler out to the center of the lens. So from there I'm getting like 3.5 centimeters. I'm going to add half the width, half the diameter of the leg, which is 1.25 centimeters. So that gives me 4.75 centimeters. And that puts me to the center of the leg. So now knowing that this is in the center of the leg, I have a point of reference across the top to measure back to the antenna. So now I'm just going to lay a ruler across the top of these 2 screws, and I'm going to measure to the center of my GPS antenna. And that looks to be about 3.5 centimeters. So now I'll subtract the distance from my the center point of my camera measurement here at the camera. I'll subtract 3.5 centimeters from that, and that'll give me my X lever arm. So if the camera is ahead of the antenna, that's a positive X. If the camera is behind the antenna, that's a negative X. And for Y, should be 0, but you can check that by simply standing behind. If I bring the camera around to this side, you look down, you can see the gimbal is center of the drone. So you can look and see the lens, and bring the camera down this level. You can see the lens here, line it up with the center of the gimbal, and now you can see that the lens is center of the gimbal. And that gives you a Y offset, which will be 0. And that's it. That's your, that's how you measure your offsets.